right, we're gonna start hanging our siding. The first thing you need to know is about cutting the siding and fitting it. Because vinyl siding expands and contracts with the weather conditions, you don't wanna fit it tight all the way to the wall. So when we take our measurement, we're not planning on having it go all the way into that J channel. We're gonna allow for that to back out a little bit. Still covered, that end is still covered by the J channel, but now the siding has a little bit of room to expand on a hotter day. All right, so let's talk about cutting your vinyl siding. There's actually a couple different ways to do it. If you have a miter saw, you could do it on that. If you have a skill saw, you could do that. If you had to, you could just do it with a really sharp pair of tin snips. It would take you a minute longer, but it's really not that bad. I've done it. As long as they're sharp, it'll go right through it. We're gonna do it today with a skill saw. If you're using a saw, you actually wanna take the blade off and turn it around backwards because it makes the blade a little less aggressive. If you use it full on the way it's supposed to be, it can shatter your siding, especially on a cooler day. But turning it around backwards makes it a little bit of a softer cut, so it's not going to shatter our siding. So here we go. Okay, we've got our first piece cut and ready to go. First thing we need to do is fit it in on the sides into that J channel. We've cut it just a little bit short of the measurement. We want it to have that little bit of slop in it so it can move and expand and contract. Next, we've got our metal starter strip down below, and we want to clip onto that and then pull the siding up, and you will feel it lock in. All right, now all we need are a couple of nails. So we're gonna start nailing, now that we have it locked into place on the starter strip, we're gonna start nailing right about in the middle to help hold it. And we're gonna go in the middle of these slots. Again, we don't wanna nail it tight to the wall. We want that little bit of room so it can move. And then we want to go 16 inches or less, which is 8 slots on this siding. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's where our next nail goes. And we're going to go down the strip both ways that way. So as you go down the strip of siding, every once in a while, you're gonna wanna hike it up just to make sure it's engaged with that starter strip. 7, 8, there's our next nail. We give it a little hike, and we go. All right, our first piece of siding is up. Our next piece represents a little bit of a challenge. I'll guide you through that next time, but in the meantime, we're hanging siding. There you have it on Jill of All Trades.